Hello everybody and happy post-Halloween. This is going to be a quick video because I need to run off to work in about 10 minutes. But I thought I would record it for you guys and give you a new update one. So, today's topic is actually on loneliness and how it can affect us. So in my experience, I have suffered severely from isolation as opposed to loneliness. What tended to happen to me was in my final year of university, I got the opportunity to live alone-ish. I was living with people I didn't really know, so what happened there was I was able to try and keep myself alone, and I thought, great, it'll make everything so much simpler not having people around. So this forced isolation really started to have bad negative effects on me. I wasn't able to cope. I was retreating into myself severely. I suffered from severe depression. I basically didn't leave the house at all, really, in that year. I left once or twice, did work, didn't go to uni. I still passed, but it wasn't a fun time for me, and I can understand how it feels being on the fringes, you know, especially having done socials with cheerleading over the years. I did, you do notice that you feel like an outcast, that you're on the edge and you're trying, with people who don't really seem to get you, you know. You're welcome, you go to these big group parties and you're welcomed in, they like you, they like you enough to bring you, but you feel like there's so much of a clique going on, you know, everyone's sort of got their place, and your place is over by the wall, just looking at your phone, pretending to talk to people, when you're not really, you're lonely in a group room full of people, and you try and start conversations, you try and make it so that you care, but you realise there's that feeling of you're different, especially when you suffer from anxiety or depression. When you're in a room full of normal people having a good time and you're feeling anxious, you're different, and that makes you feel like you stick out a lot more than you do. Personally, the way I got around it was I did the bad things, you know. I overcompensated. I drank too much. I would drink away my problems and forget them, and it was a really bad way to handle it, you know. Looking back, I did drink too much in the past. I still do at times, and I never got violent, but I did get sad, and I did find it hard, and I don't know. There's a time when you have to realise that if you're not fitting in with a group of people, maybe they're not the group of people you should be fitting in with, you know. I have some absolutely unbelievable friends and people in my life. People who I can drink with, I can have a laugh with, and it's amazing. And people who also understand that sometimes I have difficulties, and they don't push it when I'm in a night and I'm drunk and I'm having problems and I need to be left alone. But I've also been with people who didn't understand, who didn't get it, and who I always felt on the fringes with. And I tried for many years to push with them people, to be a friend, to be something more, to make something that wasn't clearly there. And I think that's the biggest problem, is that a lot of us try and push relationships and friendships that aren't really meant to be there. It's okay that people don't get on with you. It's okay that you're not best buddies with people who you want to be best buddies with. Because frankly, we can't be best buddies with everyone. And some people just don't mesh. You know, some people who've never dealt with someone with anxiety in their life will find it very difficult to talk to someone with anxiety. They won't understand the problems. And that's not their fault. You should never hold it against them, and you should never try. If you really genuinely care about them and there's a friendship there and they don't know how to deal with it, by all means talk to them about it. But don't force it on them, you know. That's like anything. You don't force your stuff on someone. If they're willing to understand, if they're willing to learn and they want to help, let them. You know, there are great people there in the world who will help you, who will be there for you, and who will understand. But don't ever force it on them, because not all people can handle it, you know. One of my best friends, he doesn't know how to really deal with it. He's never had an insight into it. And I've had real problems in the past because I've needed to turn to them, and they haven't understood how to deal with it. And over time, they've got better. They learn how to deal with it. They still don't know, and I don't tend to offload on them as much as I used to, because it's not their place. They are my friends, but they don't need to be a part of that. If they can't handle it, I don't want to bring anyone down with my stuff. You know, it's my problems, and while I like to talk about it and talking about it helps it, it's not necessary to actually have to do that. So if you're lonely, just remember two things, okay? The first thing, you are not alone. Ever. You are never truly alone. And I'll say that a third time, because you are never alone. There is always people you can talk to. There is always friends. There is always new friends waiting. If ever you are absolutely desperate, come on the Reddit anxiety chat room. There will be someone there waiting to talk to you. Just about crap, about anything. Sometimes when you're feeling really lonely, you don't even want to talk about how bad you're feeling. You just want to forget. You want to talk about crap. You want to talk about that latest video game. You want to talk about your interests. You just want someone there, and there always is someone there. There's always people around you. Don't dwell in loneliness, because it is horrible. It is scary. It is the worst feeling. You can feel yourself shutting down, and every time one of them doors shuts, it's harder to open the next one. You know, you lock yourself in, you get closer and closer, the bubble around you becomes bigger and bigger, and it becomes a physical thing. You physically don't do the things you used to socialise. I know for myself, I go from having easy opportunities to go out and talk to people to eventually getting to a place where I can't leave the house, where I can't go and see people, where I find it really difficult to do anything. You know, it's really, really hard when you're shutting yourself in to get over that loneliness stage. You know, I remember that I used to be a social person. I used to do cheerleading, I used to do weight training, I used to do gym, I used to go out clubbing. I did everything in my year 3, and I remember when I went to year 4, all of that started shutting in, all of that started closing in, until I became in a very tight-knit bubble, and it went down from talking to so many people I didn't even care about, to such a tight bubble. I talked to 2 people maybe most frequently. I didn't meet new people. Meeting new people is the great cure for loneliness. So yeah, there's that. I think I should, for the next few minutes, talk about the other side of the spectrum, which is being lonely in a group of people. Like I said, I used to go out a lot, and I used to have a lot of what I would call friends, who I talked to, you know. I made a lot of acquaintances. I wouldn't say I got popular, but I started being known. And, like, I had over 700, 800 friends on Facebook. I can't remember the exact number. And I remember that was when I started to really feel like that drained me. If I can give you one piece of advice, go on Facebook, delete everyone who you don't really talk to. Okay? Honest to God, that was the best thing I ever did for my loneliness. Was I went down from 700 people and having, like, 10 like a post to having 100 people and 15 like a post. You know, when you feel like these people actually care and read what you post, then you actually feel like you've got a good network, a good social network, not just an extensive one. Because unless you're doing a job where you're networking and you need them 700 people, truly, all you're getting from that is their crap posted on your timeline. Those people are not there to help you, they won't be there when you need them, and all you're going to ever get from them is maybe one birthday message when something's going on, or something great happens, you'll get a few more likes. Really, is that what you want? Is that enough to make it worth it? No. A social network should be a way of keeping in contact with the people you love, the people who love you, and everyone like that. So, it can be hard. I'm sorry, talking about loneliness gets me really riled up, because, like, you're not alone. There are people there, and you can get help. You are not alone, and it's okay. It feels horrible. You feel like you're the only person in this bubble, and it's so difficult to believe that other people are going through the same as you, other people are there, and other people care, and honestly they do. All you need to do is open up that one little door, reach out, and keep trying. I'm going to leave you with a bit of advice as well. If ever you are in a social situation, and you want to make new friends, and you don't know how to make new friends, already treat them like they are your friends. Buy drinks. Don't expect stuff from them. Do things for them. Talk to them. Talk to them like they're your best mate anyway. Just chat to them about shit in your life. You know, if it doesn't click, stop. Go and talk to another person like they're your best friend. Because then you know you're trying. then you know you're giving it a go. And you know what? That's worth it. That's when you know you're making the right moves and you're doing the right things. So, pardon me, I'm going to go now. I'm going to upload this later, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. You are all awesome, you're all great, and you're not alone. And if you are, I'm here on the internet talking about crap, wearing my New England Patriots football shirt over my work uniform because it's too sunny outside. It shouldn't be this hot in November. I just want to say, it should not be like this. It should be snow, it should be rain, it should be fog. I should be in Britain feeling very British, wearing 3 coats at the moment, talking to you, going, I can't move my arms. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. And goodbye!